All right, we're recording then. So, good evening and welcome to this week's episode of the Adventures of the Redbane Guild. And when we last left our intrepid party, they had just poured the blood of the dragon into the outstretched hand of the dragon statue, opening the door behind it, opening the way into the next part of the dungeon. And there you all three are, still in the dragon room. What do you do?
You guys think we should rest before we continue on?
Says Mr. Perfect Health. I would like that idea.
What kind of hit points do you have right now, Bu?
I'm at 25.
Okay, just checking.
Bulky. Let's see. When's the last time we had a rest? We haven't had a rest. Actually, I'm out of key points. Yeah, I could do with a small rest. Maybe even a long one. It's really up to you all. What do you think?
I'm fine with a long rest.
The room you're in currently, I'll re-describe it just for whatever sake. It is cleaner and more well maintained than most of the rooms in the dungeon so far, as well as the statue is. It looks as if it's cared for. It is pretty large, large-ish room. The statue itself is, it probably has a wingspan of about 7 feet, and then beyond that, there's additional maybe 5 feet on each side. So 25 feet across squared room. It's a good size. And the door behind the dragon has just opened. So there is an opening into the room, but the room itself is well, seems safe.
To display
And,
this
yeah.
uterus.
Okay.
Weirdo.
Anyway,
This is so we're in the bottom there.
Yeah, that is where you are currently, and this is what this is the next portion coming out of it. Is this hallway? What you see out the door is just a darkish hallway with a little bit of bioluminescence providing a faint glow. There might be a couple of banks of mushrooms out there, and it grows dark after about 10, 15 feet.
Warith, what do you feel about just poking around a little bit? Maybe going forward, seeing if there's any danger, and if there is, well, we'll come back and rest.
I just get the feeling that if we start this,
We're not going to stop.
nope.
There's probably going to be one of those keeper things as soon as we walk through the doorway,
Or 7 of them.
or 7 of them.
Mirwin, what time is it?
You do believe that it is now late afternoon.
I believe it's late afternoon.
Well, I think I could use a rest, but it's up to you all.
Yeah, let's just
Yeah,
rest
let's do
first.
that.
Okay, so do you guys kind of bed down there? Do you want to set a watch at all? You guys gonna just spend the night?
I'll do 4 hours. I only need 4 hours of sleep, so I'll
Okay, yeah.
do more than half the rest, letting them get most of their rest, and then they can do 2 hours each.
Okay.
While I rest.
So Bu will rest, and how do you guys want to split up your first 2 watches?
I can go first since whatever.
All right, Warth takes his watch. Mirwin, you and Bu lay down to get your sleep. And for the first 2 hours, you hear noises out of the door, like plenty of noises. It echoes down the hall. There are strange chirps and sounds and various clicking sounds and there's indeed as well an odor of sorts, almost like a garden, but not in a good way. Uh, but
Like
you
a
know, like the
rotting
bad kind of
garden?
garden smell. And there's some scent of rot in it as well. But there's lots of sounds and smells. But you keep a vigilant watch and you don't see anything come within your sight line. And that's your watch, first 2 hours.
All right then. So
The snoring dwarf next to you awakes.
Mirwin,
Nah, nah.
it's your turn,
Mm,
I guess.
uh-huh.
This little stop your incessant snoring, so I can.
Ah.
When you begin your watch.
Also, I heard noises out there. Keep an eye out. They're gonna come and eat us.
The noises are gonna eat us.
Maybe you don't know what's down here.
Never seen a noise eat anyone.
I've never seen a noise at all.
True. Except for Bew.
I go to bed now.
Mirwin, during your watch, you hear what he's talking about. You hear the sounds, smell those scents of the cave, and you kind of get the sense that there must be some sort of water up ahead, perhaps a body of water of some sort, because it smells damp and moist. However,
Dank.
during your uh, during your watch, you hear a small. I need you to make a perception check.
Ooh. Ten.
You don't notice anything, but you hear that sound a couple more times. And then now I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
No. 23.
You feel something kind of brush, kind of just almost hit you, and then land on the wall next to you. And what you see is just like a little poot of some sort of liquid that begins to drip down, and you're not sure what in the heck it is or where it came from.
Something spitting at me.
But when you look back the other way, you now notice that there's a small gray stone that's no more than the size of tip of my finger. But you notice it, and it wasn't there before, but definitely you notice it.
Can I get a little closer to it and look at it without dying?
You are.
No.
You can try.
It is about 8 feet away from you on the ground. Do you move a little bit closer toward it?
Yes.
Make another Constitution saving throw.
Ooh. Natural 20.
This
26.
time, here's what you see. You see it. You actually see the stone. A little of some sort of liquid flies out of the stone. You see it like spit it, and it lands behind you on the statue. And but you're close enough now to when you bend down, you see that it is in fact a tiny, minuscule frog, almost indistinguishable from a little gray stone.
I'm going to keep an eye on it from where I am.
Are you you're kind of close enough to examine it now?
Yeah.
Make another Constitution saving throw.
11.
You feel the smallest of liquid, and then you're just standing there, and everything seems to have warped, and you remember going to sleep, and then you were here, and you're like, you look down, and there's Wareth on the ground where you were. There's Wareth and Bew, but you don't remember switching with Wareth at any point. And so you're just wondering what? Last thing I knew, I was asleep, and now I am up. And what?
Okay. I'm gonna look around like, what's going on?
Yeah, there's these two just sleeping away.
What do you do now?
What do you do? I'm greatly confused by
I'm
this
greatly
turn of events.
confused. Which one of them am I closer to?
You're closer to Worth.
I'm gonna wake up Worth.
What? My turn. How long have I gone to sleep yet?
It's only been like it's been less than a half hour.
What are you doing?
I don't remember.
You don't remember.
No. I was asleep and now I'm here.
Very good. Yes.
But I don't remember waking up.
I woke you up because it's your turn to watch. I went, and now it's your turn.
How
Are
long
you sure
ago
you-
was that?
Like half an hour ago?
What have I been doing for the last hour?
Well, whatever it is you little stubby mountain dwarves do, I don't know.
You said you heard noises, right? Huh?
Yes, from the hallway. You're supposed to keep an eye out for things. Did a thing happen to you?
I don't remember. Okay, well, you go back to sleep and I'll stay out for a couple hours.
Okay.
Worth's like, okay, weirdo, and he goes back to sleep. And when you turn around, something sticks out to you, and you notice that this little gray stone is there, and for some reason that rings a bell, even though you don't know what it is or where it came from, and you don't recognize it.
I'm going to investigate the little gray stone.
Yeah. Go ahead and walk up to it.
Everyone's gonna go back in time.
Should I do and
We're all asleep.
should I do an investigation?
Yeah. You can make an investigation check.
I'm going to investigate this little stone. I got a 22.
On even from a little bit of a further distance this time, you see that it's a tiny little frog. No more than about the tip of my finger. It's a little frog. And now that you look around, you notice there's a little wet spot on the statue and on the wall as well, and that you don't remember being there either.
I'm gonna stay where I am and just keep an eye on this stupid little frog.
It hops. It goes one hop towards you.
Hold my
One
shield
hop
up.
this time.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, and you're really going with you're definitely going with the shield up.
Yeah.
You can make it with advantage in that case, if you're kind of readying against it.
19.
Yeah, you see it. You see it just almost make another hop forward, and then a tiny little bit of liquid spits out, and you catch it on your shield. And it just tried to do some sort of spit at you.
Gross.
Kill it.
Kill it.
It's just a couple feet away from you now.
Cut. I'm gonna throw my javelin at
Throw your from like 2 feet away.
it. Yes.
So like stab it with the
I'm
javelin.
gonna.
In melee range. Okay.
I'm gonna stab it with my javelin.
Okay, go ahead and roll an attack.
17.
Yeah, that hits. It's dead. You skewer this tiny little frog on the end of your javelin, and you hold it up, and it like drips a couple of more drops. And it's a little gray frog, almost indistinguishable from a stone. And you kind of get the sense that maybe it did something weird to you, but you don't remember it.
That's weird. I'm going to leave the frog on the javelin so I can show
Okay.
these guys when they wake up.
All right, and so your the rest of your watch passes without any more horrific incidents.
And then I go and wake up Butte. Hey, Butte,
Yeah.
it's your turn.
Yeah, all right.
Watch out for these. I hold my javelin up. Watch out for these stupid little frogs.
That came from the hallway, I'm assuming.
I don't know.
Yeah, all right. I'll keep an eye out for the.
Oh no, I just turned around and it was there and it spits. Watch out.
Sounds good.
Don't let it hit you.
No, I won't let it hit me.
View to take the rest of your watch.
I'm gonna take her shield, whether she gives it to me or not.
Okay. Yeah, he takes your shield away. So you just kind of keep an eye out, peeking over the edge of it.
Just
And-
seeing this, imagining his nose and ears and antlers sticking up over this shield.
Your shift, about an hour into it, you're maintaining pretty vigilant watch. So I want you to roll a perception check for me.
I'm using the big die tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, it's letting me down.
Oh.
8.
And you're not really noticing anything. Thank goodness. But I do need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Completely unrelated, of course.
But you are holding the shield up and are ready for it, so I'll let you make it with advantage.
Bulls. Good. Constitution saving throw?
Yes,
15.
that does it. You see, you notice that a tiny little like stone, about no more than bigger than the size of my tip of my finger, has appeared, and it spits like a little drop of liquid at you, and it plink lands on the shield. And you notice where it came from, and you see that it is not actually a stone; it's a tiny little frog.
Bash it with the shield.
Roll a melee attack.
Well, it matters if this is strength or dexterity based for the shield.
It would be strength.
All right, then it is 20.
Yeah, that hits easily. You quash the frog into oblivion.
I kind of want to know what the frog's AC was.
It is 8.
Oh.
And it has 1 hit point.
I back it up and I set the shield back. Look at the rest of the time.
The rest of your shift goes by with no further incidents. That's a little gem I found somewhere on the internet. It's called the Forget Frog. And I just had to throw one at you guys at some point.
I kept expecting a swarm of them for someone to go mad from the squirts.
We're going back in time.
Nice.
All right, so that's your shift.
That was really difficult for me because I remember everything. So
I was wondering how that works with your feature.
Yeah, it's really confusing for you.
Dwarf is probably really confused.
What is wrong with you, weird little troll?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Mirwin. I found one as well. It's on your shield.
I'm gonna use my javelin to scrape it off the field.
I wonder
then-
what they
and-
taste like.
Then scrape it off onto the floor.
I thought you were gonna say scrape it off into war. But you didn't say it. It's too late now. You can't do it now.
I'd love to experiment around with the properties of these frogs, but man, I just don't have any information of how they work. So
you just leave the dead ones there, or take them with you.
no, I'm not a frog eater. They will just stay there. Yeah, well, I say we are rested up and we can move forward. What would you say?
You are rested up with full hit points and key points,
Yeah.
and it's the morning of whatever day it happens to be.
The
No one knows.
16th.
It's the morning of the 16th of Hearthfin.
Oh, that's really good.
Thank you.
You got good beer? Like good beer?
Mm-hmm.
It's an island lager, and it's like it's kind of got like a pineapple-y. It's flowery and fruity, and it's very good.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sound good. All right. What are you guys doing in the morning?
In the light of the day,
I
in the
eat
dark of
some
the
nom-noms.
night. Yeah. Morning stuff, meal.
I keep
We will
looking
do
down
some
this,
light exercises.
down this hallway.
Yeah, still nothing too menacing coming down.
Yeah, I stared down that hallway for nearly 4 hours. Not much came out of it except a small frog. You have not too much to worry about.
We shall see.
You're not afraid, are you, Orth?
Afraid? Sure. No. Maybe. Who knows?
I would hope that you would know. That is something that you should know if you are feeling a certain way, if not, or about something.
Watch out for the frogs.
No, I'm not afraid. Except of Merwin.
Yeah, that's right. Why? What'd I do? I'm gonna be paranoid now.
Nobody knows. That's the point. Who knows what you did with your missing time? What are you capable of?
What happened?
She woke me up not 30 minutes into her rest, into her watch. Forgot that I'd woke her up. Forgot that she was watching.
I remember being asleep, and then I was standing there, and you two were asleep, and I don't know what happened. But I think I had to do something with that frog. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe something hit me on the head.
Yeah, maybe you were attacked by a vicious dwarf-eating frog.
Maybe.
You've always been on top of remembering things, and you've all suddenly forgotten an hour of your time.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, you always seem to have such a keen mind.
I know. I don't know what happened.
Just like saying the title of the movie in the movie.
There you go. Yeah.
Maybe
Represents a clear and present danger.
maybe being down in this dungeon is getting to me.
Well, let's hurry to get out of here, yeah?
Yeah.
Which one
I
of you is,
also
sorry.
am ready to be out of here.
Which one of you guys is closest to the door?
Bew is. He was in the middle of the room doing some stuff,
Okay.
eating a
Give
light breakfast.
me a perception check.
Oh, this dice is not doing me good today. 5.
Everything kind of appears to be clear until you hear a scraping of feet on the ground, and a mold goblin just bursts straight into the room, getting the absolute drop on you guys, and it slashes out at Bew as you are the closest, and with claws ablaze, and does an 18 hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
You feel his claws dig into you, and you take he deals 1 slashing damage to you. You
All
got
right.
1 slice, and he's into the room. Guys, roll initiative.
17.
6.
7.
I always do terrible on initiative.
What was Warith's roll?
6.
And Mewin's?
7.
All right, Bew, how do you react?
I punched him rapidly.
Rapid fire punches at the mold infested goblin.
Does a 23 hit?
It do.
5 points of damage. Does a 17 hit?
Yep.
I'm sorry, 18.
Yes.
Does
it
an
does.
18 hit?
It still hits.
Another 5 points of damage. And just one more. Just one more. I'm not going to do a flurry of blows. Does a 20?
Yep.
20. Hold on. I need to get the actual number. 22 hit.
Yeah, the 22 hits.
Did you
And,
change dice?
No, it's the big one. When it comes to hitting these guys, that'll be 6 points of damage.
All right, yeah. How do you want to do this? Just kill the goblin.
Not reactionary at all. Just like this thing, and like bites and claws at me, and then it's just.
It falls to the ground easily.
How much more of the thicket mix do we have, or have we gone through all of that?
Let me look in my
Really?
bag.
Worth isn't eating thicket mix. It's got bugs in it. But James would
Yeah,
gladly
well,
eat it.
Warith, you are disgusted by the bugs, but the bugs allow me to do cool things like that.
It was the bugs that let you do that, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Have you ever seen me just completely decimate an enemy in one turn? In one move?
It was a pile of mold, so.
All right. And of course I do it all the time. I do it just top to
Like
bottom.
asking
Since
if you've
met
ever
me.
seen me shred a leaf. No, but I'm sure it's possible.
I'm just saying there is a pattern evolving here where I absolutely dominate, and it started when I had this thicket mix.
You did knock both of the keepers off that bridge.
Thicket mix, yeah.
Both of them.
Yeah. That's the answer.
Right. It goes good with frog.
No.
Not sure about the frogs. The frogs seem to be magical, and I'm not going to put them in me. Well, you all
Let's
ready to go?
let's go now. Yes.
Boy, I wonder what would happen if you ate a forget frog. One way to find out, I guess.
I
Yeah.
don't think any of us are going to experiment with that.
Pretty sure you just get wiped. I'm pretty sure that that's just what happens.
That would
Oh,
be kind of cool.
That's what the TPK is.
It's
Total
That's-
party forget.
it's kind of like a suicide pact, but kind of not. Let's all just forget together.
Who are you? I don't know.
Who are you? Where
Let's
are
start. Let's start fresh.
Oh,
we? Maybe we
Okay.
can make View eat one.
That could be a straight
Oh.
out campaign. You wake up.
We can make View eat one and convince him he's a gay field friend.
I like this idea.
this might be the character change that View needs so desperately.
Let's go down this hallway now. Mirren, you want to go first? You do have a shield.
I do have a shield.
It'll protect you from the frogs.
I am going to hide behind my shield so that if anything attacks, it will get you. 'Cause you're taller than me, so it'll just go over me and hit you instead.
Got a point.
Pick up the
And
torch.
I like that idea.
I start to walk down the hallway.
All right, so Mir, when you're heading up, you're taking point. I assume Wareth's in the middle, and Bu's taking up the rear. All right, you guys walk into this hallway with, and as you continue forward, you hear the sounds and the smells become stronger, and you reach these stairs that descend, as you see there in the picture, and they begin to get wider. You see, as they go down and deteriorate in shape as well, crumbling away over the ages as you get closer to the bottom of the staircase. And then you see it. It opens up into just this massive cave chamber.
Ooh.
There is a veritable lake in the middle of it, with several small ponds about. This whole large cavern, it is cavernous, and along the ceiling you see stalactites hanging down. There are bioluminescent flora and mushroom fungi trees growing up from the walls toward the ceiling and going from the ceiling down. You do see a couple of clusters of bloodvine far off, but they're up there crawling around. There are snails of many sizes crawling around about on the walls. The floor here, there are plants and vines all about upon the stone, cracked, keeping the stone cracked and uneven. But there is a beauty to it, as it glows with this ethereal light, almost wisping through it. And that is what you see currently.
Stepping into this larger space, Bu is going to draw his short bow and knock an arrow just to have at the ready.
Okay.
Ready.
So you reach the end of the staircase, the bottom of that widening staircase, entering into the larger cave chamber. And
Since noticing Bu do that, Worth pulls out his rapier.
very good, very good.
It's a good idea, Bu.
Upon entrance to this little bit of dry land, this about 15 and 20 feet before of dry land, this stretch of dry land before the little lake begins, you hear a sound. Roll perception, everybody.
Oh my.
This dice has been screwing me on perception, so I'm going to switch. This is now my perception die, the smaller one. Hey.
18.
16.
15.
All of you hear a noise from above you.
I look up.
You look up in time to see several shapes detached from the ceiling and down in front of you.
I fire an arrow.
They are a bit like the other keepers, but these are smaller, more wiry. They look like they're a little quicker, and their branches and are thinner, and you see that they have thorns on their wooden branchy hands. And yes, roll initiative.
Ooh, that's great.
9.
9.
5.
Oh, I thought I rolled. Sorry. Stupid thing. 2.
How many of these things do we see?
5 of them.
Of course.
Jeez.
Are you wearing your helm?
Mm-hmm.
You figured out
They're all rolling better than you guys are. Okay.
Flash!
I should get that face steel rod.
Oh.
Flash! Ah! Flash! City's freaking out about me doing that.
You don't know that yet?
Mm.
Was that rod face steel? I thought it was just a silver rod.
No, the rod is face steel.
That little
Is it
prod thing
really?
with the ball on the end of it.
Uh-huh.
It is face steel.
Hmm.
All right,
Touch that?
you guys are into initiative, and the first of these you see shoots out. It's many taloned uh, words aren't. I can't word tonight. Thorned hand right at you, Bew.
Ah!
And it does a 14 hit.
14 hits.
It grabs you, and you feel a slash as the thorns dig into your flesh, and he deals. Sorry. Yeah, he deals 4 slashing damage to you. The second one goes and makes a leap at Warith, and he gets engaged right up in your face.
Of course he does.
Does a 18 hit.
Yes. But I use my reaction and use uncanny dodge
Ooh.
to have the damage.
All right, and the damage he would have dealt to you is 2. So you take 1 slashing damage as he claws at you. It doesn't hurt much, but you feel scrapes of some
I
thorns.
look him right in the eyes and I go, "Ow, hurt."
You hear a little bit of noise emitting from its small maw of a mouth. The third one attacks Mirwin.
Ah!
Does a 20 hit? Not natural.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, feel as well a thorny claw stretch out at you, and dealing you 5 slashing damage.
Ow.
How much?
5.
Why'd you do that?
Now it's Bew's turn.
You're making me angry.
3 of them roll better than you guys.
Yeah. Well, aren't these just a bunch of little pricks? And I will punch the one that just hit me
Okay.
a whole bunch of times. I'm dropping my short bow so that I can just go, just punch,
Okay.
punch.
Yeah, you let that thing go and like let fly with their spiked fists.
19.
Hit.
8 points of damage. Uh, 11.
Hit.
Really low AC. 6 points damage.
That's dead. How do you want to kill this small, diminutive, quick but weak tree guardian?
Stupid shrub.
2 punches. The first one the first one weakens it. The second one just kind of like something, one of the like supporting vines or twigs, and it just snaps and it.
Yeah,
falls
it crumples. It crumples over into its vines and plant-like components, sort of seemingly dissembling on the ground. And the next one, it is the next one's turn.
I have bonus action still.
Oh, yes, you do certainly.
Please and thank you. I'd like to move. Use my my movement to move so that I'm flanking the one that is attacking Worth.
Ah, nice.
And then I would like to use my bonus action to punch that one with advantage because I'm flanking. Please.
Certainly.
Thank you. Be a natural 20.
Woo!
Max damage. So 12, 13, 14, 15 points of damage.
It's dead. You got it. You just fly in there to the second one with just a few punches. You take this thing down, and bits of spray of wood chips fly as they knock this thing back a few feet, and it collapses to the ground.
I wink at Worth.
Keep your bugs.
There's another one. A fourth keeper attacks, and this one rushes up. There are 2 that hadn't attacked yet. This one rushes up again, and it attacks right where Bu and Warith are, and it ends up its slash goes at Bu. Does a 13 hit?
Nope.
He misses. His jumps. He leaps in at you and slices over your head, and you just kind of step back as the whoosh goes over your head. And the 5th keeper will slash at Murwin. That's the second one that's on Murwin right now, and Murwin does a 4 hit.
No.
Yeah, this one misses you also. Just kind of gets a little bit of a thorn slash on your shield, but you're unharmed.
No.
And it is now Murwin's turn. Oh no, sorry, Warith World Higher. It is Warith's turn.
Yeah, I finally get to go. So is there one attacking me still?
Yes, there's one right in melee range of you. It just hit Bu, but you're both right there. Bu is flanking it, so you get your full bonuses on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna stab him.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You get sneak attack since he's flanking.
Yeah. So
Kill it.
Ooh, the attack roll was a total of 24.
Ooh, that easily hits. Roll me some damage.
And 7. So is that? Oh, everything's doubled, right? No, I didn't roll a 20. What am I thinking?
No, you just add 3d6
Right.
for your sneak attack.
I hear your dog dancing.
Stupid dog.
Bella. Come on.
16.
That's quite a bit of damage. You easily destroy this thing. Just tell me how you do it.
Well, as I'm hacking away at its limbs, It kind of goes off balance, and I kick him right at square in the chest, and his shrubbery torso
He
sort of
falls like a
splinters
Lego
away
man.
and crumbles.
Yes, it does. Good job. And that's your the shrubbery. And it's
Don't worry.
Mirwan's turn now.
I'm such a nerd.
So there are two next to me, right?
There are two of them right up on you.
Okay. Well, I'm going to swing my axe at one of them,
Yeah.
and a 21 hit.
Whoo, yeah, that's a big old hit. Roll me some damage.
Come on. This thing is so dumb. Oh, there we go. 4.
Four damage.
And then I'm gonna hit it again.
Okay.
$18.
Hit. Easy. Roll me some damage.
Uh, 11.
Whew, yeah, you just decimate this thing. Tell me what you do.
I hit it with my axe through one side, and then I take my shield and whack it
Oh,
across the head with the other side.
that get it with that blast from your shield. It falls back, and its whole front side and side bludgeoned in, and a little bit of sap drains out. And that
He's so
is
sappy.
top initiative, which those three are dead. It's back to Bew.
I'll move over to use my movement to flank the last one.
Okay.
With Mirren. And then I'll punch it until it is dead.
Shouldn't be difficult.
Oh. 11.
It hits.
Thanks for piss poor AC. That will be 9 points of damage. Second attack.
With a big punch, you.
23.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Oh, that's I went max damage and I'm doing min damage, so 4 points of damage.
It's still dead.
Oh. Yeah, well. I mean, what do you do, Boris? What do you do, Mirren? They had the jump on us and everything, and it was over.
Quite pitiful.
That was really fast.
See,
Yeah.
I didn't even need bugs to kill it.
Yeah, but by my counts, you each killed 1, and I've killed 3, and I have had bugs.
So was Mirwin.
I've had bugs,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they were closer to you, so
Yeah.
that's probably why you got them, or I did.
So,
there-
ticket mix is good.
Thicket mix is good.
Worth, you're going to eat this thicket mix at some point.
I can promise you this, Worth. If you have thicket mix now, the next attack that you do, it will be spectacular. If you will kill the
Everything
whole
I do
room.
is spectacular.
Well, no, that is incorrect. I have been watching you now for a while, and what you do usually is boring.
You're a liar. What do you know of spectacular? Spectacular.
I I point at the 3 things that I just killed.
You killed them, but that doesn't make it. Success does not necessarily mean spectacularity.
While they're arguing, I'm going to investigate the bodies.
Okay, yeah, you can look at the bodies, and while you two are arguing, you hear a splash from a few feet away.
I pick up my short bow.
And then before you actually quit arguing, I need you both to make con saves.
This is all your fault.
6.
Oh, I'm in the wrong place. Ooh, 18.
A ball of acid springs, just flies out of the water, and you get out of the way just in time, Wareth, and it takes Bew right in the chest until you take 3 points of poison damage.
Well, Bew, that was quite spectacular. Spectacular of you.
Yeah, it was
Words.
pretty good.
And you see in the water something kind of swirl and then go off, leaving a little bit of a wake toward the center of the pond. So something's in there.
I think we need to stay away from this water.
Something's in the water.
It takes up the whole room. I don't think we'll be able to stay very far away.
Maybe we could use Mirwin as a raft. It's a flotation device.
I think I'm too heavy for that.
Says that in the event of a water landing, we're to use Orson as a flotation device.
So continuing a little bit of ways, well, you search the bodies and go ahead and roll investigation.
Ooh, a 20, not natural.
You now just now notice that intertwined with a couple of these guys, you hadn't noticed it before, are several pieces of gold jewelry. Very ancient, but still lustrous, like as if being in them, as if being weaved into their forms has kept them shining throughout the centuries. You see 3 gold rings and what looks like a golden like armband sort of thing on one of them.
We go up to Mirwin as she's like pulling them free. Face steel, I presume?
I think these are gold.
Yeah.
Mirwin, being a metal worker, you know that they are gold for a fact.
Yeah, these are
No
gold.
roll.
Just a moment, please.
All right, we recommence. What are you all doing now? As you you just finished grabbing those rings, harvesting them from the bodies.
Why I asked if the rings were face steel is they look gold, but maybe they have elements of face steel in them. It just seems that or the working theory is the hinky magic from the steel itself might be making things come alive. That might
You can make an Arcana check.
Maybe the face steel made them originally, and or whatever weird stuff these people were into.
Yeah, you might be right. We've just seemed to find some piece of metal or some sort in most of these vine creatures, these tree beings. Working theory.
Yeah, certainly very possible.
I think these pieces are just gold, though.
Yeah.
Then that completely blows my theory out of the water.
Well, if they were made originally with face steel or whatever, that doesn't mean they have to continue to have face steel. I don't know. the original creation process for them was phase seal, but
Yeah.
the thought. Was someone doing an Arcana check?
I
I
did.
certainly was not.
I did, but I got a 9. So
Well, that's the DC on that is low enough with your expertise that
Oh,
you're
okay.
still certain it's pure gold.
yeah, it's gold.
Then I've wasted my breath for no reason. Left of this cave, it looked like there's some pathway we can take.
Yeah, so on the map, if you look there, a lot of it is water. If you're going to go on the right side at all, you'll have to swim. And you can walk around partially on the left side. However, eventually you'll have to cross water there too.
I want to take out my short bow, or have it at the ready. There was something that pitched some acid at me.
Yes.
I'm watching for that dude to poke his head up again so I can fire an arrow.
Last you saw it headed back toward the center of the lake.
Yeah,
And
I'm just.
which is the lake, and of course the whole chamber is massive. At least it's at least 150, 200 feet long from here to the end of the lake. Maybe longer, maybe larger than that even, and nearly that much wide as well.
Well, I've split attention of kind of looking at the path and also looking for movement out in the lake with an arrow knocked, and I'll draw back and fire if I see any sort of movement.
So you're taking a ready action?
Yeah, pretty
Okay.
much.
You may do that. So you guys are you guys heading up the left side then, the left bank?
Indeed.
Yeah.
Who's going first?
I started out trucking along, so I might as well be first.
Okay, you're first. Who's
I
following
followed
after
him.
You're in the middle, Wareth, in the comfy middle, and when you're taking up the rear, kind of watching the water. As you guys go through that narrow strip right there, and when you pass to the other side of it, you go ahead and make a perception check.
Yeah, I will do this. That will come out to be an 8.
You get past you get past that thin stretch of land, the narrow area, and you feel a great pain, and it is only now you realize that there was a cluster of blood vine just up and to your left, and it takes you around, and however you notice that this is a different blood vine.
Of course it is.
This one, one of the tentacles rears up in your face, and a great toothy maw emerges with hundreds of little teeth in there. And it snaggles around you. And it squeezes and bites, dealing 7 damage. And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
You're doing spectacular, Bew.
7.
You did not succeed. And you feel a pain like it's like you've been pierced in several places, like the vine is bitten into you, and then it retracts but still holds on, and you are restrained. No initiative right now. What is one of you gets whoever's next? Worth, you're there. What do you do?
I will. I sigh and I take out my sword and I stab violently at this large thing.
All right, go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Ooh,
Blood vine.
25.
Oh, all right. Yeah, was that a natural 20?
No.
No. Okay. Well, then roll me some damage.
You have a +6 to your attack.
Yep.
Goodness, Worth.
Nice.
Ooh, max damage 11. Now, would I get he's engaged with View, right? So
He is grappled. So I
That
wouldn't.
does not count as engaged,
Okay.
So you
unfortunately.
would not get the sneak damage. However, you deal it a heavy blow, hacking off several of its tentacles and dealing a good amount of damage. Mirwin, you are running up right behind. What do you do?
I'm going to swing my axe at the blood vine.
Swing that thing.
I'm going to try to avoid hitting View.
Thank you.
That would be ideal.
A natural 20!
Oh yes,
Hey.
that's yeah. Go ahead and roll damage.
Blood thing.
10.
You destroy the rest of this blood vine. How do you want to do this? Freeing you and cutting down the vine.
I just swing my axe wildly and hack it into pieces.
Mad barbarian Mirwin
Barbarians.
just hacks the thing into oblivion, and that you see the that head sort of piece with the maw get sliced off and wiggles on the ground, and you feel you although you are freely shaking off the vines, you see some of its white pus running down your skin,
Mm.
and you see some of it almost running out of several points of puncture across your body, and the pain stings for a moment and then fades.
You
But
okay there, buddy?
the danger is gone now.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm okay there or not. Uh, it's a weird feeling about whatever that was.
You're not dead, I guess, so that's spectacular. Let's move on.
Not dead yet. We have certainly stumbled into something that is far worse than we previously thought. I'm gonna go over to the head and just kind of like pry it open, like. Bleh.
Yeah, you look in it and you see it's got blood dripping inside of it, and all these sharp little teeth, and you can almost tell that it was gonna bite into you at next opportunity it got. It's a horrific looking thing. It's just hundreds of just tiny teeth in a concentric, in a circle, and now you see that there's little drips and bits of its pus inside of its mouth, mixed with its own blood and ichor, and it drips out onto the ground as well from the severed end.
Gross.
I was gonna play with it a little bit, but then I just close it and I like pick it up and I huck it into the water.
When you huck it into the water, a couple seconds pass, and you hear a splash, and you see something stir it in the water, and you may use your ready action to make a ranged attack against this.
Ah, dope. I've completely forgotten about that. Nope. That would be like 7.
Now that does
No,
not
wait,
hit.
10.
Still does not hit, but you launch your arrow, and you see it go into the water, and splash, and something reacts to its presence, kind of sloshing and thrashing as as the arrow goes in beside it, but does not hit it. And you see like sort of a spine of armored chitinous plates come from the up from beneath the surface of the water, swells and then pierces the surface, and up onto the shore comes this immense shrimp-like creature. Yet it is covered with this armored back and sides. It's got like six limbs and snappers, pincers on its face. And
I
it
think
comes.
I'd have had enough time while this is climbing up to knock another arrow and fire at it.
Yeah, I'll give you an attack as you see it coming towards you. Go ahead and roll attack.
Ooh, 17.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
Hold on. Writing in my notes, giant shrimp. 6 points of damage.
You are able to hit it with an arrow. You knock it, and it goes in and kind of hits and lodges partway into its armored plate to the side of its face, where like its shoulder joint might be, and it goes and then snaps with its pincers at Warith.
Of course.
And roll initiative.
Ooh, 14.
Ooh, I rolled an 18.
All
I
right.
also rolled an 18.
Ooh. How far is this thing from us now?
It's right up in your faces. You guys kind of all three equidistant from it, and it's come towards you. It's within 3 feet now, and
You
it's
would use a word like equidistant.
yeah, I would. So, all right, Warth and Mirwin rolled high. You rolled a 14.
Yes, I did.
All right, Warth, you get the drop on it as it's coming towards you, pincers towards your face. What do you do?
I lunge my rapier right in its mouth.
All right, roll an
Open.
attack.
Stupid face. Fun there. I wrote 17.
Hit. Roll damage. You don't get the sneak because you have just engaged, and you're not. There's not anyone actually technically flanking him yet.
Okay. 5. I rolled a 5 for damage.
All right.
What level do you get assassinate, James?
I remember that one, but I don't know. I'll look it up real quick.
Not
It's
yet.
Mirwin.
Can I move into position to be flanking?
I say yes, you can.
Woohoo!
Metagaming.
So that means I rolled twice advantage, or what do I do for that?
Oh yeah, correct.
Ah. See which one is higher. 16 for the first hit.
16 hits. Roll damage.
A 6.
Very nice. You take a slice at it, and you pierce through part of its armor plate, and a little bit of it like falls to the ground, and you see you have made contact with some of its flesh beneath it, and it goes.
And then my second was a 9.
That one does not hit. You come back with with your axe for a second hit, but this time you hit the armor plate, and it glances off of it, and you see that it is actually quite thick, thicker in some places than others, but quite thick at its thickest points. And it is this. It is the armored. This is an armored venom prawn. I have to say it because I came up with the name and I like it. And it comes for a snap at Warth. Let's. It comes with its pincers and does an 8 hit.
No.
It snaps up at you, but you are able to get the blade of your rapier and shove it back and dodge just out of the way, and it misses you. So therefore, it is Bu's turn.
I'm gonna punch it. My first attack was a 19.
Hit.
My second punch was a 8.
Hit.
And the 8 hits it.
Oh, I thought you said 18. No, 8 misses.
First attack was 8 points of damage.
Okay.
I'd like I'd like to do stunning strike on the first hit.
That's a 13, if I remember correctly, for the save.
Yep. For a Constitution.
Yeah. It does not hit the save. That is an 8. It's anyways. So go ahead and describe your stunning strike to me. He fails the save.
Cool. So with the first hit, I would like to patiently wait for an opening where its armor while it's moving to strike at Warth, and then I'd like to punch the soft meat.
You punch the soft meat.
And that would give me advantage on my second strike, so I'm going to re-roll my second strike and take the higher, which would be a 15.
That just hits. Yep.
Ooh. So what I say my first damage was 8. Second hit will be another 8 points of damage. And then I will use my bonus action, just do one attack, one punch.
Okay.
One punch! And it's stunned until the beginning of my next turn.
Ooh,
So I have advantage on the hit. Both of them were 16, so that would be
hits.
21. Another 8 points damage.
All right. It is back to the top of the initiative. It's Warth.
Ooh, oh, by the way, Ian, I would get assassinate if I was an assassin, which I'm not.
Ah.
But Keebler is an assassin, I think.
Well, we got to get Keebler back in the game.
Anyway.
I have things to say, but I will say them later.
All right, armored shrimp in your face. He's
I'm
wounded. You see that some of his interior juices are dripping as he's been hitting the soft meat good several times.
We hit him in the soft meat, sir.
Tenderizing him, all right? We'll throw him on the Barbie after we're done. And I stab and I'll skewer him. Ah!
All right, roll me attack.
I actually bet he'd be really tasty.
I would think so. A 9.
It does not hit. You go to strike with the rapier, but its pincers get kind of in the way. It like retracts a little bit, and when you make contact, it's not solid, and just kind of ping off, and you miss. Murwin.
Oh, did you roll with advantage?
I did not.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
He's
you
done.
should have. Yeah, you should have been.
Forgot, yes.
Maybe,
He's
go
done
ahead
and
and
you're
roll.
flanking.
Go ahead and roll the second one then.
Ooh, 24.
This hits.
Hooray for me. 4. Damn.
4. How do you want to do this?
Oh, wow.
Nice.
You have removed its final hit points.
So, he's got his pincers and whatnot in his mouth, and as he opens, I time it just right, and I run the sword straight down his gullet. Quit. Bella, leave the cat alone. He doesn't want to play with you.
You run it through all of its internal major organs, and then out, and the blood flies, and the big armored scrimp collapses, and
Scrimp.
just crumples down.
Anybody like shrimp?
We still have those keeper people. We could
You build a fire.
build a fire and cook some.
Yeah,
Cook our enemies with our enemies.
It honestly looks like one thing is left to the other, and I will grab the big scrimp and I'll pull them on top of the keepers.
You
All right.
what you see, I'll just describe the surrounding. At this point, you're pretty much right up against the water. On the left side there, you see, you're pretty much up as far as you can get and against the water. And at this point, you notice, you see that kind of that area on the left where the water kind of bumps out a bit.
Uh-huh.
You look down and you see a little bit of like light and what looks to be a cave ish that that there could be an underwater passage beneath there.
We're already in a cave.
We'll have to investigate that after we eat this
Yes,
grim.
let's eat first.
Okay, so related, unrelated, outside of the game. So lobsters are just like big bugs, right? And
Oh
we
yeah.
cook them, we boil them because their insides are liquid. Yeah. If we were to boil bugs, would they do the same thing?
Only one way to find out.
I think so. I don't know. It might be
Like-
different because they live in the water, but I don't know.
Well, from that perspective, like crabs and lobsters are just big bugs too.
Yeah.
But
They
yet
are
there's-
big bugs.
But their meat, we can eat them, and it's not just all liquid that runs away.
It is though. They work off of hydraulics, just like all of the other armored.
Yeah, but there's meat in there that you eat. You don't drink lobster or crab.
No, it solidifies like egg whites.
Hmm.
They are liquid until you cook them, and then it solidifies.
For real?
So, yeah,
I've
for real.
I've never heard that. Is that true?
It's true.
Are you
I have no
I'm
reason
not-
to doubt
are
it,
you
but I
messing
don't.
with me right now?
I'm not pooping with you right now. That is literally how that works.
Huh.
They work off of hydraulics,
I know
and cooking them solidifies all of that hydraulic system.
You've blown my mind.
I knew spiders work that way. I mean, I don't know anything about the other
That's why
bugs.
they all shrivel up.
Because their hydraulic system stops working.
Huh. All right. So you do what? How do you do this then?
Did you hear him say there's an underground passage somewhere?
Okay,
Yeah, an underwater passage you can see
I
get your
think,
bonus
on
to
that.
that.
I think he wants us.
where beneath that outcropping, and there's a, I don't know. I sent the next room of the cave to you just so you know. There's a
Mm-hmm.
place you can swim to down there. You notice this while looking at it.
Interesting.
While we're eating our shrimp, I'm going to point out this. Hey, look, there's a passage down there under the water.
Do you want to go down there with the venom shrimp?
We killed the venom shrimp.
Well, I'm sure it had a girlfriend. It didn't just materialize here out of nowhere. It came from somewhere.
The keepers materialized out of nowhere. So did that stupid little frog.
I go back to eating my venom shrimp and ignore her.
Yeah, you're able to cook it up using the corpses of the keepers lit on fire. It comes out pretty decently. It's not bad tasting too. So you guys get to get your rations up. You have eaten and are sated. And after you finish eating, what do you do?
I look over at Beau and like, so do you want to go into that underwater cave thing? Or do you think that's a bad idea?
Yeah, no, I mean, it seems that we have completely negated any dangers of the water. I was a little bit worried about going in there before. Oh, we can find out right now. I take one of like the big empty shell of the scramp and I throw it into the water. Then I watch.
It sinks after a minute, but
Okay.
nothing else is disturbed, other than you see a couple of small fishes off further in the distance, but nothing comes to investigate really or eat it.
Interesting.
Well, we have to go through the water to get to the other side anyway, right?
How big is the gap?
It's big enough. It's probably from where you guys are to the other point of land across there. It's maybe 15 feet.
Yeah, well, I can jump that easy.
Can I use my shield as a raft?
Well, the mechanics of that I don't think would work out very well, actually.
I know.
But
Making
you
fun
can
of
certainly
Warith
try.
for thinking I would make a good raft.
Speaking of which, can you swim across this, or are you going to walk across the bottom?
I can tread water for a short distance.
Doggy paddle.
Is it like cliff, water cliff, or is it like a nice
It's-
gradual like
It's like
sand?
shore. It's more shore than cliff.
Yeah, well, that is no problem at all. We have rope, right, Warith? You have rope.
Yeah, we
Okay.
got rope.
Go to the other side and hold the rope, and then Mirun can easily come across.
Doesn't swim so well.
Yeah, yeah. And then at the very least, she can be across, and I guess I can go and look into the cave, see if there's anything. I'll come right back if anything's wrong.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I'll take your rope then and do that.
There you go.
I'm gonna take the rope and go to the other side.
You gonna make
jump.
that leap?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump and then I'll throw rope back when I get to the other side.
All right. Make a jump with athletics.
That is a natural 20 with
Oh!
Nice.
the in it, which brings me to 24.
You easily make the jump not only with speed and efficiency, but with great style, performing a flip midair and superhero landing.
Okay, View.
Turn back to
That
our
was spectacular.
bugs.
Not bugs. Beast
Yeah,
feet, remember?
It was the bugs. And then I'll just soft lob the rope back across, holding one end.
Yeah, you read about sorry, words. You toss the rope back, Worth. You catch it. What do you guys do?
I will just wade in very carefully, and then if it gets too deep, I'll swim, and then while holding the rope across.
It begins to after a couple feet of the shore. There's a drop off, and it gets pretty deep, and you are fully into the water.
I don't like this, but I'm going. I swim to the other side.
You make it to the other side with little issue, and are able to crawl up onto the shore.
Ooh, I'm alive.
I take the rope and tie it around myself, just in case,
Okay.
so they can haul me onto land. Then I doggy paddle.
All right, you doggy paddle across,
Spush, push, push,
and
push.
nothing accosts you, and you're able to make it across without too much of a problem. So you guys are on the other side then.
Other
And then-
side.
And then the tunnel underneath is just right there too, right?
Yeah, it's pretty close. You can see it. It's just an underwater tunnel. You're not sure where it would open into yet, but
Toss
there's
the
probably
rope.
something on the other side.
To Warith, just kind of dropping it while Mirren shakes herself free of the rope, and I'll take off my bag and everything but my gauntlets, my bag, my poncho, drop them on the shore where they can remain dry, and then I'm going to dive in and investigate that cave.
Okay. Are you able to swim through this? And there are no enemies you encounter on the way. It's not too far, but you arrive in surface into that small chamber that I sent to the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
What you see in here is it's pretty bright, actually. Almost all mushrooms. There's a chest within. It's a
Nice.
It's a little metal box. There's
How
a
big?
there's some lichen and stuff. Yay big. Metal box. There's some lichen and stuff on it, but it's not too rough of condition.
I want to look. Around. Does anything seem dangerous near it or on it?
Make an investigation check.
8.
You don't see anything that looks dangerous or poses a threat. All you see are mushrooms and the chest. And,
Are
you know,
the mushrooms? Do I
rocks and
recognize
stuff.
the mushrooms as being the dangerous spore kind, or are they just like
They are the
Uh,
blue kind, with a few of the orange ones, the ones that Mirwin ate.
so those are pretty innocuous. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna get stable footing and get out of the water just a little bit, run, grab the chest, and then run back as fast as I can and dive into the water as fast as I can.
You do that with no roll. It wasn't that there was no trap or anything like that, but you dive back into the water. Now this does weigh you down a bit, so make an athletics check as you're swimming.
All right. I can survive 3 minutes underwater before I start suffocating. So that would be a 12.
That gets you about halfway, and it takes a little less. It's a little like 45 seconds maybe. Roll another athletics.
Worse, 10.
That's another minute before you get onto the other side, and you're pretty you're getting pretty out of breath at this point. Your chest is stinging. Make one more athletics check.
Don't on me.
Do I see anything from the other side?
What was your roll?
16.
You make it up. You heave the chest up onto the shore, and roll up onto shore again. And you're not really seeing much. I mean, what are you looking for, Worth?
I'm just watching to see if I'm waiting for him to come back up.
Oh, you saw him come and struggle just a little bit, but he made it up to Hef before you really thought you needed to intervene.
Yeah, I toss it up there, and then pull my way up, and then pull this small chest. I mean, I guess if it's not too heavy, I'm gonna pick it up and then plop it down next to my stuff.
Yeah.
And then looking at it,
What you got there, Bew?
yeah. Well, I was worried that once I pulled it out, it was going to trigger some sort of thing, so I brought it over here.
Me, thank you.
Warith, will you take a look and see if it's trapped or anything?
I'll take a look at it.
Make an investigation check.
$13.
You don't see any traps or anything like that, but the lock, as you look at it, it's not an eased lock, not one of the circular ones. It's a lock that looks like it could be picked with traditional means.
Well,
Aha, so this is an easy dungeon. I mean, we could have gathered that already, but...
it doesn't look trapped, and it's got a normal-looking key once. I could try to pick it. And then I try to pick it.
Yep, roll me sleight of hand.
16.
Ooh, yeah, you get that thing picked. With just a couple minutes of effort, you get a
Clickety, clickety, click.
and you raise the lid. And within, you see a lot of metal. There is more jewelry, like what Mirwin found. Rings, necklaces, armbands, what looks like a gold and with silver filigree shoulder pauldron, like a decorative one. And beneath it all, there is another key.
A round fancy easy key.
Yep, another small key.
Cool.
So there's a pauldron, like armor?
Yeah, there's like a decorative sort of pauldron. It's pretty thin and doesn't look like it would be much use of armor, but it looks pretty. It's beautifully crafted and gold and with some silver decorativeness on it, and it's a pretty big piece of gold and silver.
Yeah, this is what I am talking about. This is the exact kind of thing that I have been looking for. This is a true test or a testament to adventure. I can't wear this personally, and I'll toss it back down to the pile. But
being a expert thief and value gold and stuff, what do I estimate this pot of gold to be worth? The contents here.
What kind of roll would that be?
Intelligence, maybe, or
Wisdom.
wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom.
Mm. 10.
I mean, even to have just a glance, this is worth hundreds and hundreds of gold.
Can I tell if there is any face deal in amongst all of this?
Roll an Arcana check.
A 17.
Ooh.
There is no face deal here. Apart from the key, which is definitely face deal.
You want to hang on to that? Put it in your little pouch.
You'd announce this. Dawning realization falls over Bio. Does that mean that I have been holding onto face steel this whole time until the keys were taken from me?
Yep.
Oh.
You have no doubt been corrupted, and you probably should be executed
Yeah,
to save the rest of us from this corruptive influences.
No, I think the other ones were just regular metal, and this one is space steel. I think that's what happened. Yeah.
I don't know. The people
Yeah,
who made this place
Be right back.
face
I'm gonna
steel
go down
happy.
to the water and just like start washing my hands and arms. And, like,
Oh, didn't we tell you, Bu? That's Fey water.
well, I am certainly hoping it's not. I didn't taste anything in it.
Yeah, I can't. No, nobody ever did Arcana checks on the keys before now, did they?
Nope.
You guys are great. All right, you're on over to that other
I
side.
think I asked if they were.
And I'm pretty sure I said you can't tell.
Probably.
All right, continuing up the left side of the cave.
Are we taking the chest with us, or just taking all of the stuff in the chest?
We might as well take the chest, yeah. It's already in there, and we can just close it and pick the whole thing up. Easy.
Too bad we still don't have the big shroom guy. He liked to carry things.
I did like to carry.
He carried the last chest of gold we had
Did we have a chest of gold? Yes, we did. That's right.
from the king.
The
It seemed like
Yeah.
so long ago now.
Yeah, that was a couple of months ago.
Okay.
How long ago exactly was it, Mirwood?
That was while you guys were still in Leaf Turn. So
Yeah,
almost
like 2 months. Let me look.
nearly exactly 2 months ago.
It has been 2 months and 3 days.
Wow. Look what time has gone by for all of you. Look at you guys with your coming together, adventuring, having adventures.
Now we're in the bottom of the world.
You are.
In the whole of the world. I mean,
At the bottom of the world, at the top of the world.
In the bowels of the world.
which way do we go now?
That way.
North.
North.
Forward along the left side still. You continue until you get to that smallish other pond.
Yeah.
You pass by it without anything attacking you, and you're now at that junction up there, and which is right about this place.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Which opens up into a whole another cavern to the right, and a sealed door to the left.
Ooh.
Shall we take a look at this cavern before we go through the door?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
I went to look for check for traps before we head that way.
As you're going into in through the entrance of that cave.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and make me an investigation check.
Ooh, 21. Not
It's
natural.
it's definitely not trapped. As you go in here,
They're definitely bloodvine though.
you don't see any yet, but what you do see is that as you enter here, it's similar to the first cave, also expansive, massive. The smell here, however, is worse. It's almost toxic, and the water in this some of these little puddles and pools looks almost greenish.
Ew.
And inside of this one, you do see more mold. You see great growths of fungus upon the walls, and even coming down from the ceiling.
I immediately
These
stop.
and these almost pulsing mushroom-like structures. Some of them glow, and some of them don't. There are more vines as well. You don't see any blood vine, but you see lots of fungi-like growths and rot around here.
Yeah.
Some fungi and some not so fungi.
Some cordyceps.
Toe jam.
I think we found what happened to the other shrimp. The shrimp's girlfriend. It's obviously died because it stinks in here.
What if we killed the girl and the boyfriend was in here?
That could be too. Either way, it's dead and it stinks.
Right. Let's not go any further in here because I don't need to fight any more mold.
Gramps.
Just ahead, you see a group of those same twig keepers. I can call them that, but there's like 10 of them. They jump down, lining the walls,
Of course.
but they don't attack. They begin to hum like a low chant. Boom, 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 boom.
Can I throw my alchemy fire at them? Alchemist fire.
You can. Sure, go ahead. Throw it at a couple of them.
I'd like to throw my alchemist fire at the group of them.
So some of them are on the left and some of them are on the right. There are about 5 on each side.
Oh, I really want to get them all. What do I have left? Is it only the big one? No, it's just a small one. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna throw the alchemist fire at them. Ranged attack?
Yeah.
That'll be 20, not natural.
It hits, and a couple of them burst into flame, and it quickly eats up their wooden flesh, and they fall into ashes. But the rest of them seem to take no notice and continue this. Vroom, 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 vroom,
How many of them did he take out?
2.
Only 2?
But the rest of them flee almost immediately. They perform this chant for a few more beats, and then you hear a big.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
And this huge shape leaps and splashes down just in front of you, and the rest of the twig keepers scatter. And what you see before you is a gigantic, monstrous, horrific shape. And it makes this. You see its maw just open with its teeth and its stinking, rotting, gaseous breath coming out at you.
Frogzilla.
And it's roll initiative time.
Oh boy. All right. Okay. That'll be a
20 for you.
I also got a 20.
Oh.
What did you get, Wareth?
What do they get on what? Worth doesn't know he's rolling dice. I got a 6.
Remind me of your hit points real quick.
I'm at 40.
30.
Wait a second. How did I get down to 32?
I don't think that's right.
I don't think that's right either.
You didn't take any damage, haven't you?
She
Well,
took
let's
like
see.
5.
Yeah. I think I'm
Yeah,
at
you've
50.
taken
Yeah, you're at 50. I had you at 50.
Okay.
5 points exactly.
Yeah, it said I was at 32, but I knew that wasn't right.
Bu, you're first. What do you do with this immense toad-like, disgusting boils and fungi creature?
Well, first and foremost, I'm going to reach into my bag and take out a tearful nightshade. I'm going to use that on myself.
Okay. Roll a d8.
5 points of healing. That is my action. For my bonus action, I am going to spend a key point to do patient defense.
Very good. Remind me of that effects.
It gives me the dodge action, which will, until the beginning of my next turn, any attacks against me have disadvantage.
Very
And
good.
I'm going to move to the front so that it wastes its turn attacking me.
Like right in front of it.
Not right in front of it, just in getting up in front of the other two. So if it's striking next, it's going to hit me.
It'll go for you. Okay, very good. Then it's Mirwan's turn.
That's the idea, is that it'll strike for me.
Okay.
I am going to, let's see. I'm going to attack it.
All right.
And I'm very, very angry, so I'm going to rage because
Rage it up.
There you go.
I am mad at this stupid thing.
All right. From which angle and how do you go at this thing?
What
Well,
angle am I at?
So it's kind of facing all three of you, sort of, but Bu positioned himself in between the toad and you guys.
Okay. I'm gonna go off kind of to the right
Okay.
and attack from that side.
And attack from that angle. Okay. Then go
First
ahead and
one
roll me.
was a 12.
That does not hit.
And my second one was a 16.
That hits.
And damage? 12.
Ooh, that's some spicy damage.
I see.
And as your axe blade makes contact with it, you see that some of its boils open up, and there's this greenish yellow cloud that it emits, and I need you and Bu to make a Constitution saving throw.
Yes, sir. 18.
That's you save. You're able to get out of the way of these horrific poisonous spores. And Mirwan, what was your throw? What was your save?
A 20, not natural.
Also save. You get your shield up and kind of are able to redirect this poisonous mass cloud that comes off of this noxious toad.
Stupid toad.
Big butt frog.
And now it is the toad's turn.
Frankentoad Frogzilla.
Mirwin, you are the closest, and it is
Yes.
going to. It is going to bite.
Ribbit.
18.
Yes.
You take 12 piercing damage, and
I'm resistant piercing damage.
6 piercing damage and 4 poison damage,
I'm also resistant to poison damage.
and 2 poison damage, and you are grappled. You feel its tongue come out of its mouth and wrap around your midsection and kind of trying to pull you in.
How big is this Frankentoad?
Huge, friggin' massive. It would be able to swallow you. Any of you. It's big as balls.
And I had the same thought with Pokemon.
Yeah, well, I'm not very intimidated about that.
And it is okay. Oh yeah, and you can make a strength save to attempt to escape its grapple.
Into the water.
7.
You're unable to. You push with all your dwarven strength, but still back into its mouth. The tongue pulls you, and you feel You feel some teeth in there begin to claw against your flesh,
Gross.
and acid on your skin.
Oh,
We're
I'm
at
full right.
we are at Bew. Your turn. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. Where's my? No, it's Warth's turn. Excuse me.
Yay. Well,
Go ahead and
I'm going to shoot it with my crossbow. Right in the face.
Okay.
And I got a unnatural 20.
Hit.
Yay. And how close is Mew to it?
He's within. He's not in melee range. He's not engaged with it yet.
Well, whatever. I got a 10 for damage.
Very good. That
10
is
piercing damage.
very good. That is still some spicy damage. Top of the initiative. It's Bew.
I would like to punch it a whole slew of times.
Just imagining.
The first hit was a natural 1.
So what happens here is you do still sort of make contact, but you just like palm it a little bit in slipping, and it feels like you didn't do any damage, but it feels like it hit you. It feels like you hit it. So I need everybody, all 3 of you, to make Constitution saving throws.
Oh boy.
As another cloud just floats out of it.
25.
Mir, when you save, shield up.
Natural 20.
And Bew,
8.
8. You feel this stuff invade your lungs, and these noxious spores, and you are poisoned for 1 minute, which is several rounds. I'll say a whole minute. It's supposed to
6
be
rounds.
It's supposed to be
No,
6
10.
rounds. It's supposed to be 10 rounds. I'm gonna. I don't want it to be that long. I'm gonna say 3 rounds. That's the official stats on it, but I'm gonna fix that a little bit because I think that's too long.
Or yells at you guys, please don't die. I don't want to be all alone down here.
So that gives me disadvantage on my next attack, right?
It gives disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks and saves, I believe.
all the thing.
Well, my next hit is going to be. Oh, maybe that's good. 9 to hit.
That does not hit. You just kind of whiff it. Still reeling from these spores, this cloud within your respiratory system.
Okay, then for my bonus action,
I forgot about the stats for the halberd. Forgot to put them in here.
I guess for my bonus action, I'm just gonna punch him one more time. Not too much I can do.
Okay.
That will be a 15.
Does not hit.
Okay. DC is 16.
Yep.
Confirmed.
And it's Mirwin's turn. You may go ahead and make your. The only thing you can do right now is make a strength save to escape this this jaw and tongue grip he's got you in.
9.
You can't make it out. You try and strain against it, and you try and force the tongue away, but you feel its slimy grasp just won't let go. And it's the toad's turn. You see its jaws open up a little bit more, and the tongue pulls. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
The toad swallows you whole.
No!
You take 8 piercing damage, and you are swallowed. You are blinded and restrained. You have total cover against attacks and other effects outside. And you will take acid damage at the start of each of the toad's turns from now on. It swallowed her, guys.
The 8, was that before it was halved?
Yes, you did get 8.
Yeah, that's before it was halved, so
Okay.
4. And you did get 8, though, yeah.
I did get 8. I aided.
Oh,
Swallowed isn't under the list of conditions, by the way.
It's not, but it is a special thing on this guy's stat card. Yeah, if the attack hits, the target is swallowed, the grapple ends. The swallowed target is blinded and restrained, has total cover against attacks and other effects outside the toad, takes 2d6 acid damage at the start of each of the toad's turns. The toad can only have one target swallowed at a time. You can still attack while you're inside of the toad, but you will just have disadvantage on them. So you can still like hold your axe and kind of try and get at its insides.
I'm gonna.
But it's Warith's turn.
I will shoot the toad again.
Okay.
And it is a unnatural 20 again.
Hit.
Now, he's engaged with Bug now, right?
Correct.
So I can get the sneak attack?
Yes, you can.
Yay! Okay, so that was 8 damage from that. Plus... $11 of that, so it's 19.
Dang. Yeah, you launch a bolt, and it gets it right through the face, and it cries out in this anguish. You've pierced right in through its facial area.
Enough for it to release Mirwin?
Nope. But it is that is damage. Make a Constitution saving throw, Bew and Worth.
I have disadvantage on it. It doesn't matter to me because I'm already poisoned. That would be an 18.
That succeeds. So you, in fact,
Doesn't stack.
it
Don't get an
doesn't.
extra round.
It doesn't stack, but you don't get additional poison damage. You don't get additional rounds of poison. Worth, what'd you roll?
A 1.
Yeah, you're super poisoned. And in fact, it's going to last 4 rounds instead of 3.
Uh,
Great.
All right, and it's Mirwin's turn. You are inside of this thing. It's totally pitch black, but you feel just pain from this stomach acid of this toad, just beginning to almost feels like it's melting you.
I'm going to swing my axe wildly.
All right, roll
Uh,
with disadvantage.
Oh, wrong button. Hold on. A 7.
That does not hit. So you flail, but you're like aren't sure if you're holding the axe the right way. The first one, and like, poof, poof, poof. You can roll your second attack.
An 11.
It doesn't hit either. This one, you're just struggling and pushing and stabbing and kicking, but you're not sure if you're doing any damage yet. It doesn't feel like you are.
My other 2 rolls were really good.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is the toad's turn, and
it's my turn.
oh yeah. I keep looking at the wrong thing. I switched you two around in the thing since you rolled the same thing. So we're just gonna have it switch it around this time. Bew, we had Mirwin at the top, so now it's Bew's turn. Then the toad.
I'm going to punch it 4 times.
Okay.
Going to do flurry of blows. I'm just going to punch it a whole bunch of times.
All right. Roll me with disadvantage.
First is a 7, doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit.
Second is a 7, doesn't hit. Third for flurry of blows is a 13, doesn't
Does
hit.
not hit.
Final is a natural 1.
You just all of these, you're like sort of slipping around, and you feel the poison invading your lungs, and it's causing you to just strike out weakly, and you make contact a little bit, but almost fall against the toad as you're trying to punch it, and you don't make any real damage against it, unfortunately. Oh no! It's the toad's turn. And the only thing it can do right now is hold on to Mirwin, is what it's concentrating on. And you take 12 poison damage. So halved to 6.
Let me use the bathroom real quick.
Okay.
But
So you feel this, sorry, not poison damage, it is acid damage. Are you resistant to acid damage?
no, just poison, I think.
Oh god, yeah, you take the full 12 damage then.
Ah! Rude.
Oof.
Toad is trying to kill me.
And it's Worth's turn.
Worth's turn. I'm gonna shoot this big stupid thing again.
Yeah, you're having good success with that crossbow.
Ooh, 22.
Ooh, hit.
Yeah, and
Roll the big damage.
that's 11 for damage. That's max damage. And then for a sneak attack, right?
Yeah.
14 of that.
How do you want to do this?
Well,
Kill it.
so having seen the situation and all the horrible things, and I just realized something terrible. I should not have said this. I didn't roll with disadvantage because I'm poisoned.
The rule of cool wins right here.
Woohoo!
So I know when to use the rule of cool, and it is right now.
I respect you, good sir. Okay then. Seeing this terrible situation my friends and I are in, I've summoned courage from within, deep within my soul. I've taken a close aim and carefully laid my crosshair right into his eye to enter his brain, and I fire! And it up into his amphibious brain.
Straight through the eye and into the brain, and it
Collapses.
And Mirwin, the toad dies. You are no longer restrained, and you are able to exit prone. You crawl through its dead, disgusting, dripping mouth, and you roll out onto the floor of the cave, covered in all of this acidic goop.
I would have rather cut through his belly.
Drax.
Yeah, I know, huh?
Yeah, having fun there?
Just give me a minute. Air.
I think you need a bath now.
Sweet air, even though it's dank. It's not inside of a toad.
I didn't know if that was gonna happen or not. Yeah, you got ate by the toad.
I hate toads. Now I'm glad I killed that stupid little frog.
You pissed his mom off. Mama came back for just got killed by a dwarf. Tried to make her forget, but she smashed me with her stick.
Oh, what a fight.
Mama, Toad had just begun.
I hate frogs.
And
I hate
I've
toads.
gotta toad it all away.
I'm gonna kill everyone I see now for eternity.
Beyond this, in the rest of the cavern, you see very little activity. There are some bugs that fly around, all of that, the rest of the foliage, the mushroomy foliage that I mentioned before. But other than that, the toad is dead, and the keepers have gone.
Wow, that was some. I'm quite happy with those rolls for the crossbow.
Oh yeah, you did most of the damage. That
You
was
saved me, Warth.
Yeah, return the favors.
That was truly bad.
How did you do that without eating any bugs?
I know. Guess we'll never know.
The bugs have betrayed me this time. I'm not sure why.
Maybe we should maybe you should clean up in the water and we can like rest and things here.
Yeah, I'll take a rest. Absolutely.
Yeah, if you go, the water in here is all gross
We
and
could go back
acidic,
to the other water.
corrosive.
Yeah,
That's what I was
I'm
thinking.
going back to the other water.
So you go back to the other water, and into that first pond where it's still pretty shallow there. There appears to be no corrosive elements to it, and no hostile wildlife. So you're able to bathe and get all that disgusting garbage off of you.
Ugh.
And there in that, is that where you guys are gonna make your rest?
Short rest, yeah.
Before we go through the door.
All right, yeah, you take a short rest. Go ahead and heal up and tell me what hit points you're at after your heals.
42. I used 2 hit die.
Oh, let's stop.
and got my key points back.
Yay, I'm back to full health.
Nice.
Uno momento.
Okay. Whenever.
I gave you a bone. Go eat your bone and leave me alone.
Gave you the bone. Now leave me alone.
Yeah.
I'm Will Smith in the 90s.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back up. I'm up to 53.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
I used 3 of my.
How bad did he hurt you?
She was down to 25, I think.
Yeah, I was down to 26.
All right, guys. You rise from your short rest, and what do you do?
Go through that door. Let's go kill this things and get this stupid scepter stick shard
Thing.
thing
You
and get out.
You
Yeah.
approach the door.
You
On
have
I check for traps.
investigation.
6.
You see no traps. Beside the door, there is again on the wall, there's a receptacle for a key.
I also did an investigation because I don't trust Forth. And I got 22.
The door is safe.
Okay. Hey, I just got swallowed. I want to be sure. Who has the key? You? Do you have a key?
I certainly do not have the key. Are you absolutely nuts?
You've been carrying it the whole time we've been down here.
I have not been carrying that one.
That's the one. Well, I
Oh,
take
yeah.
the key out of the chest and punch it in the slot and wonder if God's dying.
Punch
Oh,
it in the-
all right. It is accepted into the slot. The door parts,
He likes me.
and it ejects the key once again, giving it back to you. Now, what you see beyond is it's a long, dark, straight hallway.
I can change
Wow.
that. I need you to edit that out.
We'll see.
That is one long hallway.
Don't worry. All of this long emptiness will be edited out.
Yeah. All right. What do you do? This is what you're faced with. It's pretty. It's very dark. Almost completely dark. You see nearly no bioluminescent life forms anymore.
I want to eat one of my mushrooms.
I was just going to do that. I have some mushrooms and some shrooms as well.
The blue ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. You each eat a blue mushroom, and your
You,
dark
do you
vision.
want one?
No, I will follow behind. I have this. I'll hold up one of the torches that I stole from your room.
Your dark vision is intensified to a little bit further on.
Dire dark vision.
Even brightened up a little bit.
Gosh.
Oh God.
The ridiculousness of it is why it's funny. Why I keep doing it.
And you see their eyes begin to have a slightly blue glow to them.
Everything down here is based off of face steel. You're going to seriously corrupt yourself. Worth, I would take that helmet off if I were you.
Have you figured out what that thing does?
Have I figured out what this thing does?
James, you know what it does.
James knows what it does, but does Worth know what it does?
Nope.
Okay.
On the item that I sent you, it says it says what you have to do to attune to it.
Oh, it does?
Indeed.
Oh.
Isn't that a short rest?
I made the different specifications, but Worth doesn't know this. So you'll just have to kind of think about the. You can use the what I set out there to kind of spark Worth into. Oh, maybe I need to meditate on this thing, and then you'll start feeling whatever.
Does it say?
I remember you saying I have to meditate on it, about it, with it.
I thought it said it in there.
But
Well,
I
we
don't-
can. I can add it later if it's not on there already.
Okay.
All right, continuing on into the hallway. Who's taking point? It's a pretty narrow hallway, not
guess-
too narrow.
I
fairly
guess I
narrow.
will this time.
All right, Worth's taking point.
Wow. Because he has the dark vision.
Behind him is Mirwan and then Bu, I assume.
Mhm.
All right.
And I'm checking for monsters and traps and
You
anything.
slowly proceed down the hallway. Well then, for the first about quarter of it, roll an investigation check.
To get me through this.
Ooh, natural 20.
The first section is for sure safe, and you can move on. This whole hallway is maybe almost 300 feet long. It's a very long hallway, and the first quarter of it you move through safely. Roll another investigation check to keep moving forward.
Wait.